rumor has it that The Last of Us is getting a remake. Not a remaster, because they already did that, but a remake for a game that came out in 2013. We have questions like, why? What for? Do we need this? Bubba and I try to get to the bottom of this remake idea that makes absolutely no sense. And that's what we want to talk about this week on the Free Play Podcast.
You are listening to the Free Play Podcast with Bubba Stallcup, Matt Warmbier, and Kate Katawaki, part of the Love Thy Nerd podcast network.
For some reason, I thought it wasn't going to work. What is this? It says stuff on here I don't recognize. Oh! Look at that. It's broken up. It says host, interview, 30-second intro, main. That's actually really helpful. It has little time markers so you can look at it. Why didn't we ever think of that before? Geez, my level is very low unless it's... We'll leave it. Oh, let me move this guitar out of the way. I'm moving this guitar out of the way because it was just like sticking up like that. I'm ready.
Hey, what's up, nerds? My name's Bubba, and you are listening and or watching the Free Play Podcast, part of the Love Thy Nerd podcast network. And joined with me is Kate Katawaki.
Hello.
And that's it. No mas. Just a Kate.
It's fine.
Matt is... So Matt got his COVID shot, his second COVID shot of Pfizer yesterday, and... He has Matt S no mas right now. So
it's bad to laugh. I feel sort of bad laughing, but it's Is it bad that I'm laughing?
It's not bad. How about that? It's not bad. But yes, we are live on twitch.tv/lovethynerd. We're here each and every Friday during the seasons at 3 p.m. Eastern time. And spoiler alert, that's what time it is right now when we're recording this. So
how exciting.
Check us out. We're on time. We're doing all sorts of stuff. Yes, Chad, I see you. You were going to ask about that. It is what it is, man. Like I'm trying to figure out the best way to do things moving forward because we want to be able to offer you, our lovely viewers and listeners, quality content.
The highest quality content.
The most medium of quality. Yeah. Routine audio through Mac. I'm gonna give it a shot probably this weekend and see how it goes. I've got quite a bit of time before I need to record again here on this.
But anyway,
Matt is not here, so Kate does not get to see your dope hat.
My
you guys
dope
have
hat.
been asking. For those of you that are not watching, we have hats, and
here they are.
Here they are. Cash me outside. I like that.
And here's the beauty of this, because you all have been asking, and we really care about your opinion and want to make you really happy with stuff. So here's the thing: is you can. If you want a hat in a certain color that says Love Thy Nerd, you could pick any hat.
You can have whatever you want.
That's any color, anything. And I mean, I chose a strip of pink gaff tape that I wrote
good contrast.
Love Thy Nerd on, and then I put it over whatever's under here. So now I have a Love Thy Nerd hat.
It's modded and branded. It's perfect.
It is. Because this is technically in the LTN gradient colors, but you don't have to do the LTN gradient. That's the thing. You can do any color, anything.
But if you don't, we will sue you.
Any font. So I think
I can really only do the one font.
Well, you could have Anna do it, and then you have two fonts.
She could. I could do it left-handed, and then it's completely different.
Yeah. So this is the Make Your Own Merch movement.
Hashtag Make Your Own Merch.
So this is my LTN hat in the style that I like. It fits my head perfectly because it's a hat that I already bought. And when I want to, this is 2 hats in one. All right. So when I take this gaff off, it has another thing underneath.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'll give it to you. It's still one hat, but I see what you're saying. Yeah,
it's 1 hat, 2 looks.
There we go. Absolutely.
Or more, because I have other colors of gaff tape in the cabinet.
It's limitless. You could go to Home Depot and get more. You could get zebra tape if you wanted to.
Exactly. You can put this on a shirt, on a hoodie, on a jacket, socks, shoes, anything.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I like where you're going with this.
Anything. So really, it's the universe here is your oyster.
Hey,
right?
Kate, show them just how easy it is to make that your Mass Effect hoodie into a Love Thy Nerd hoodie.
It's very easy. See, so I take this off. You can see the hat says something else underneath. And then I just put it over where it says the logo on my little jacket. And now it's a Love Thy Nerd jacket.
You're an influencer anywhere you go.
Exactly.
For Love Thy Nerd.
Yeah. And it's just that easy. It's just that easy. So I just encourage all of you guys to do it. We cannot be held responsible if the back of this, if the sticky part of the tape leaves a mark on your clothes, we cannot be held responsible because that was your choice.
We told you to use gaff tape. We did tell you to use gaff tape.
Yeah, that's the superior tape for this kind of.
You have been warned.
Modifying, but just wanted to let you guys know that that's a possibility for each and every one of you.
Oh, hey, when's the merch coming out?
The merch is out.
Merch?
The merch is
out.
The merch is out.
You have it. The funny thing is,
it's
like,
there.
legitimately speaking, that's basically what anybody who makes like clothing, this is what they do. It's just instead of being like a jank piece of gaffer tape, they're like, it's just like a generic T-shirt or a blank T-shirt, and then they put your logo on it. It's virtually the same thing.
Basically, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
And this one,
it just looks
it's like, say tomorrow I want the super unique logo I have on my hat right now says Love Thy Nerd in all capital letters. But if tomorrow, what if I wanted it in lowercase or cursive? I could easily do that. And it would cost however much a 6-inch strip of gaff tape costs, probably about $20.
Yeah. $100,000 gaff
about
tape
$20. So
yeah.
Show us your homemade merch.
We want to, like, seriously, I want to see some of your stuff. Like, if you're going to go out and do this, brand everything you can with LTN. Just get some tape, write LTN
yeah,
on
and
it,
tag us in it, because then I want to put it on the Free Play social media.
We need content. But seriously, hey, Kate put that hat on. I thought it was so great. Want to talk about it. We are working on things for you guys. We're trying to get through some of these lingering COVID things that we have going on. Excuse me. Once we get through it, we're going to have hats. We are going to have hoodies. We're going to have like pullovers. And I don't mean just like the hoodies that we have. We're going to have like slip-ons or zip-ups or stuff like that. Like, we're working on more things for you.
All kinds of things.
Yeah.
I'm really adding to the hype, and I don't.
With all of that, it's like that stuff just costs money and takes time. So I'll have you know that our guy that we talk to over at Sunday Cool, where we get all of our merch and apparel from, he has been like sending me nonstop messages, and I'm like, I'm not avoiding you. I'm not avoiding you. I promise you, I'm not avoiding you. But it just costs money to get that stuff.
Yeah, say I'm not avoiding you. We're poor. Right.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we got to eat around here.
The Free Play podcast only makes like $5,000 a month for each of us. So,
yeah, you guys can probably hear my baby in the background. He is no happy-o. He's just not having a fun time. I don't know what's going on back there. I'm in here doing this, and so like I'm just assuming that the other people out there are handling that.
Maybe he has colic.
Yeah, that's right. Or COVID. Yeah, it's one of the two.
I don't know why I laughed. It
is what it is. He's fine. He's just fussy. Like, he wants your attention. I was telling Anna this earlier today. All he wants is just for you to be looking at him. That's it. Once he has your attention, he's the smiliest baby in the world. He's happy. He's laughing, like chuckling. But if you're not looking at him, he's just not having a good time. He's a little vain
He's
baby.
offended, probably.
Yeah. He's like, what is more important than me? Like, I don't understand what's happening here.
Like, you think Call of Duty is more important? That's probably what he's saying.
Sometimes, like...
I think it is as well, but what do I know? I don't have any kids. So I can't say it. I can't say it with like a degree of certainty. I can only suggest.
I can say a lot of things, but varying degrees of certainty. Well, hey, get out there, make some merch. We want to see. Tag us in it at Love Thy Nerd, at Free Play Podcast. Both of those on Twitter.
The Make Your Own Merch movement is starting today. I'm telling you. It's going to take off.
MYOM.
It's going to take off.
I can't wait. And yeah, you might even like offer me an idea of a piece of merch that we actually should make. So get creative.
I did offer you. I offered you this.
I mean, I wasn't specifically talking to you, but yes, Kate, you did. You started the MYOM movement. I guess that's redundant. That's like saying ATM machine.
Well,
because the last M in MYOM.
Make your own merch movement. But if you say movement, it sounds like...
Yeah. MYOMM would be
there
movement. It is. MYOM movement.
Okay, I see it. I see it. I get it now.
And hey, I tell you what, like Kate, let's agree right now. You and I, let's make a pact, okay?
Okay.
To do a giveaway next week for the person who has the best idea.
Okay. What are we going to give? Oh, I guess we'll talk about later what we're going to give away.
Everything's subjective.
And let me write it down.
We'll give away the poster on your wall. We'll give away your Red Dead.
No.
Prize TBD.
Prize TBD. Okay, so best, make your own merch. Prize. Writing it down.
Kate's writing it down, so we're going to be good.
So I don't forget, because I forget a lot of stuff. Man.
So while she's doing that, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break, but don't go anywhere, because we'll be back with more of the Free Play Podcast.
This week in nerdy news, this is LTNN. According to Deadline, Jacob Tremblay has been cast in the upcoming Toxic Avenger reboot. According to a synopsis, the remake follows a struggling everyman who is pushed into a vat of toxic waste and transformed into a mutant freak who must go from shunned outcast to underdog hero as he races to save his son, his friends, and his community from the forces of corruption and greed. The film also stars Peter Dinklage. If you heard thunder cracking in the sky last week, it's likely because of a couple of announcements from DC Films. According to Variety, Lucy Liu has joined the cast of Shazam! Fury of the Gods. She will play Calypso, the villainous sister of Helen Mirren's Hespera. Shazam! Fury of the Gods will fly into theaters on June 2nd, 2023, and The Rock shared a new photo of the slate from the set of Black Adam. He announced that Black Adam has officially begun filming, and Black Adam is set to premiere July 19th of 2022. And finally, the next Scream film to be released will be a continuation of the story that we saw play out over the course of the first four movies. The movie is bringing back the legacy characters, including Neve Campbell as Sidney Prescott, David Arquette as Dewey Riley, and Courtney Cox as Gale Weathers. The film is being directed by Matt Bettinelli-Olpin and Tyler Gillett from Ready or Not, and they are going to great lengths to make sure the plot and story details for the film are kept under wraps. In fact, it turns out that multiple scripts were written, and there are also multiple edits of the film to throw fans off. This is something they took right out of Marvel's playbook. Bloody Disgusting reports that there are not only multiple versions of the screenplay, but also the movie, with the purpose to obfuscate fans who want to spoil the final product. Better safe than sorry. As far as we know, the movie will follow a woman returning to her hometown to try and find out who has been committing a series of vicious crimes. Like, pretty much, it's Scream. It's the same movie every time. Also returning to the franchise is actress Marley Shelton, back playing Judy Hicks, and the new cast members Jack Quaid, Dylan Minnette, and Jenna Ortega will be a part of this new Scream, scheduled to hit theaters on January 14th of 2022. That was This Week in Nerdy News. I'm Radio Matt, and this is LTNN.
Hey there, and welcome back to the Free Play Podcast. My name's Bubba, joined with Kate.
Hello.
I said that, right? Like
I think so, but whatever. It won't hurt to say it again.
Yeah.
Someone might have
what we need
forgotten
to know,
about like who's here and where's Matt and like that.
Right. If you're watching, it could not be more apparent that Matt is not here and that we are Bubba and Kate because our names are on the screen. If you're watching live on twitch.tv/lovethynerd, starting at 3 p.m. Eastern on Fridays. But if you're listening, hey, thank you for listening. It's just us. It's just the two of us today. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try.
Yep. Well
Just
placed.
the two of us, you and I.
Reference. Well placed.
Yeah, Will Smith, not a sponsor. Unless he
Or
wants
is he?
to be. In which case, bring it on. Love it. We like to start off these sections, this segment here, with what we're playing. Like, we think that's one of the most valuable things that we can talk about. If we talk about news or anything like that later, that's kind of a bonus, honestly. Yeah. But like community and what are we playing and what can we be playing with you all, that's kind of one of the specialties of what we do here at Free Play. So without further ado, Kate, kick us off. What are you playing? What are you experiencing? Are you watching, reading, doing anything like that? What's going on?
Well, I can't remember if I said this on the last episode because time is a weird thing.
Time is a construct.
But I did finish Final Fantasy VII Remake.
I did not know that you finished it.
Okay.
You said that. I think the last we heard was that you felt like you were almost done. You were over halfway. That's what you said.
Yeah, and I was. So I finished it.
How much longer did you have to play?
Longer than I thought, but not too long. So like less than 10 hours.
Oh, so you were over halfway then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was an interesting game. I mean, I felt like I didn't get a lot of stuff because I don't know jack squat about Final Fantasy. So the ending happened and I'm like, all right.
Were you like, where's Mickey? Where's Goofy?
That was just my literal reaction was I don't know. And then it says to be continued. I'm like, okay. So I feel like the game was more for people who had already played the original and knew what was going on than for me who doesn't know anything, which is fine. I'm, happy for those people. I just didn't get what was happening.
But you played the whole game not knowing anything about Final Fantasy.
And I could catch up on some parts, but then I'm like, where are the little... I just thought it was going to be something else. Like, where are the little fluffy...
Chocobo.
No, not the chocobos. They were there for sure.
The little
fluffy
Ewok
things that call you Koopo. Like, where are those? All I saw was a kid dressed up as one. I'm like, that doesn't count. So I don't know, but I don't know anything about that, about the world. So that probably.
People are screaming Moogles.
Yeah. That's what they are.
Yeah,
that's what they are. I didn't see any.
Side quest? Are they in that game?
I don't know. Didn't seem like it. I mean,
Silver says that
did.
Her text tone is a Moogle.
I did like the chocobos. They were cool, but anyways, so I just finished that one and went straight into Outriders.
Yes.
Which I might have said this to you before also, but I was debating just starting the whole thing over, but I decided not to because I really like being a pyromancer and it's really fun just lighting people on fire and stuff. Not in a bad psychopathology way, but like it's...
We'll see. I think you're the only pyromancer I know.
Really?
I think so. Everybody else is kind of running either Technomancer or Devastator that I can think of.
Well, I like the pyromancer because it's really fun. And you just shoot fire at stuff and blow stuff up. It's fun. So,
what level are you?
24, 25.
Oh, you're almost max.
What? It's almost over?
Yeah. 30's max level. But there's a ton of endgame content.
Welp. So
did you have you okay, so now I mean, spoiler alert, I have also been playing Outriders. I haven't been playing nearly as much as I wanted to in the last week, maybe even week and a half. But still have been playing it. So have you been clearing every area that you go into, or are you just main story?
I try to clear every area. So I do the bounty because in every area there's a bounty and then there's a monster that you can hunt. So I just do those first, those and the side quests, and then the main story, because I like to complete that stuff. And plus, when you do the bounties, you get really cool guns that you wouldn't really get anywhere else. And I like the colors, and I've been spending a lot of time trying to look dope, because I don't like looking like a clown. I don't like when my outfit doesn't give a good vibe and I look weak. And here's the thing: when I started with Outriders in the demo, something happened that was like one of my pet peeves just in life, not just in games, but in life. And it was that the character started out and she had no shoes and no socks.
No service.
I could barely handle that, because I just can't. Like, for me, I'm always wearing shoes or socks. I don't like my bare foot to touch the ground in any circumstance. There could be... Put it down. I also don't like seeing it, like... Put it down. I hate it. He just lifted his foot up, man. And it was... won't be able to unsee it. It's just like a paranoid thing of mine, anxiety thing, where I'm like, if I put my foot on this grass, there's going to be broken glass or dog poop in it right there. So
where are you walking right now?
I don't know. That's been a fear of mine as long as I can remember, those specific two things.
In your house?
I will never be barefoot in the house, never outside, never anywhere. And when I go to the beach, I will never be barefoot until the very last second.
I don't understand. I mean, I guess you could wear water shoes.
I could, and I have water shoes that I wear.
But then, like, sand gets
and it does get in there. I don't wear water shoes at the beach, but whatever. This character was running through all this stuff with no shoes and no socks, and I was like, 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 why would you?
Why would a normal sane human choose that?
Just
is that what
as a developer, just put something on the feet. It could be a shoe with no sock underneath, and I won't know. But just to have this person running barefoot through a post-apocalyptic, like, fire and death thing, put some shoes on.
Kate, I'm gonna educate you for just a second. You know how Matt said that as a parent, one of our favorite phrases is, "Close the door, please."
Yeah, close the door, please. Close the door, please.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my Matt Warmbier impression. I'll do it later.
Yeah, so that's his number one phrase, and I say that a lot. The phrase I say more than anything is, "Why are you not wearing shoes?" Mm-hmm. So across the street, this is where the chickens crow and live and all that stuff. This is where the chickens crow and live and all that stuff. And they will run outside across the street, across a dirt road, into what we call the forest, which is really just an uncleared lot that has cactus in it.
No, strike
and chicken
3 and
poop
4 or 5.
And broken bottles and all sorts of stuff.
See, that's like what I...
Barefoot.
I can't do it.
And then they're always like, ow, my feet. And they're like picking things out. And our kids have had like plantar's warts and all sorts of stuff because like sticks will stick into their foot and break off. And then you have to like dig it out. That's my nightmare. And they hate that. And I've never always been like that, even since when I was a kid. Although in some pictures I've seen in photo albums of me as like a little kid and I'm not wearing any shoes or socks. And I'm like, who did that to me? Like, quick, somebody create time travel so I can go back and put
some
shoes on myself.
socks on me, please. I was too small to say, can I have some socks? This is bad.
I will tell you this, Kate. I appreciate how you feel about this because I wish my children would put shoes on every time they go outside.
Well, that's the thing. They don't have the fear in them yet.
They do. I just told you that they walk into cactus and then we have to pull cactus out of their feet.
But that's what I'm saying. They don't have the fear to where they're like, I'm not going to do this because there's a cactus.
No, they do. They don't learn well. Like for whatever reason, it's like you've had this. Like my daughter, she had the plantar's wart that like went black. It's so gross, guys. It went black and like we had to dig it out and we had to like put all the wart cream and everything on there. And I'm like, hey, do you want that to happen again? And she's like, no, I didn't like that. For like weeks, she had to have that stuff on her feet. And she's still, like, I could go out there right now and I guarantee you she's not wearing shoes. Guarantee you.
Well.
So, back to Final Fantasy. Outriders. Back to Outriders.
Anyways.
Outriders is real life. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I just couldn't handle the fact that the devs would do that to this character, make them go through this thing with no shoes and socks. That's just a personal anxiety fueled thing of mine.
Yeah.
But now I look dope. I have good armor, and I'm like, it needs to fit. I'm not going to wear these pants because they look stupid. There's these pants, and I wore them. I just couldn't deal with the pants. I know it sounds really shallow and petty to say that about this clothes of this person that isn't real, but I'm like, I need you to be streamlined. I need you to look dope and cool. So
we're
that
doing a thing here.
When we go after this bounty, we don't look dumb in the cutscene.
Nobody wants to look dumb. I will say that it is harder in this game, I feel, than in any game I've ever played to not look like an idiot. Because there's no transmog, there's no altering the look of it at all. It's just like if you pick it up and it is 30% better all around than what you have on, but you look great. Like you have to it's a stop and pause kind of a moment.
And I'll settle for the less powerful stuff because I don't want to have there were these pants that has this skirt over it, and I'm like, I don't want this flopping around while I'm trying to conduct my business. So I'm scrapping this right now, and it's gone.
Kate, I just want to point out a something we have here in the chat. Wasabi Jane says the person who is wearing a bright pink gaff tape on a hat is complaining about the game
because this is a movement. What's on my head right now, the hat, the make your own merch movement. You might have heard about it, but it's a movement. So
it's got a hashtag and everything. Okay,
so it doesn't. If my Outriders character had this hat, it would obviously be equipped. That's what I'm saying. But
that's a legendary item for sure.
It's a legendary item, but it's not.
Yeah.
I do have some issues with there's a general bugginess about the game, which happened in the demo, so it wasn't a surprise to me to encounter it again. I'm intrigued by the story. Some stuff came up this past weekend.
Have you received the update yet? Have they pumped out the update to console?
Yes, I downloaded a update yesterday.
Okay, perfect.
So it's there.
Because the update fixed a lot of the the glitching and the stuttering and just general the buggy issues.
Yeah, because it was taking me, when I first got it, it took me 5 tries to start up the game and get through.
Yes.
And I was starting to get a little irritated, but not too irritated because I knew that once I got in, I would have a fun time. So I just busied myself doing another task while I waited. I was watching a murder mystery video on YouTube while I waited.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Something productive.
That was very productive. But I really like the game. It's fun and I like the story. It's more, it is more interesting to me than The Division was, which was a shooter where you could have a killer outfit at any time. You got Patagonia jackets. You got North Face puffy jackets. You got these tactical pants. All this stuff.
I did. I really liked The Division. I didn't play a whole lot of The Division 2, mainly because I got burnt out on it. Mm-hmm. And before the Division 1, I think we were playing Ghost Recon Wildlands. I think that's what that one was. And I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And it's same developers, it's basically the same game, just in a different area with a different skin on it. And I really, really, really liked that, but for some reason, Division 2 just didn't grab me. I will say that Outriders, it's not even fair to put it up against, Ghost Recon or The Division, either one of them, because it's a different game.
Yeah.
It's a lot different. Like this one, it has cover built into it, but all of the marketing and even the dang perks and everything inside of the game is like, why are you hiding, you coward?
You have to be super aggressive to regain health. I notice that I'm constantly running around, blasting people with my hand because I'm trying to get health back. I'm doing all the mods so that every time I'm shooting, I'm gaining a teensy bit of health.
Yeah.
All this stuff.
Life leech and skill leech, having both of those as max as you can. It's a game that honestly, the story is good. I'm gonna say that, but I feel like the way that they're presenting the story to me, it was an afterthought.
What?
Like, hey, we're going to have this great story. We're going to have good gunplay. We're going to have a world tier system that will go up and go down and allow you to change it on the fly. We're going to have really awesome legendaries and mods, and like everything about the game is like really cool. But oh dang, that story, crap, we also have to implement a way for the people to go through that story.
Where
what if we
are
just do
you?
some really quick cutscenes?
Where are you in the game without trying to spoiler it?
I'm not really interested in spoilers, honestly, at this
Okay,
point,
so
because
where are
I
you
don't
in
know
the
that
game?
there's going to be a lot of people that actually make it through.
I will.
I just fought the what's the alien's name? The skinny alien. August. Okay, so I just fought the girl that was a part of my party that
Okay.
August sliced with the blade.
Okay, so we're
And then-
like very close. We're very
okay,
close.
the thing falls on her, crushes her legs.
Yeah, I'm
you know.
like not even an hour past that, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's where I am. But me, when I'm playing, I am. Yeah, stop. sorry.
Well, it's
for
done. It's done. So
Yeah. That's not really a major. I mean, I guess it is. It's a story spoiler, but it's fine. It is and it's not, because I'm not giving away major things. But when I'm playing it, I was stopping and clearing a lot of things, and now what I'm doing is I'm kind of blowing through it. I'm just trying to get through the story. Well, because I'm watching a lot of YouTube stuff about Outriders to try and get the best build, to try and have the best time while I'm playing it, because it is a fixed amount of content.
yeah, it is.
There are replayable missions, but it is not game as a service. All
Yeah.
right, so there's not going to be like a DLC. They haven't released any desire to do anything like that. It's like, hey, what you buy is what you get, and so, which doesn't make any sense. They just nerfed a bunch of stuff, and I'm like, if it's not a game as a service, why nerf anything? Anyway, I digress. But I want to get through the story, and I can still get max level. I can still hit max world tier and do all that stuff going through the story and not doing any of the side missions, so that when I come back and I do the hunts and I do the excursions and I do all that stuff, it drops a legendary that's not this weak AF legendary.
Okay, I get it.
You know?
Yeah, that makes sense.
And so, like, I want to create more endgame content for myself. So I'm just like, hey, I want to get through the storyline. And honestly, once I get through the storyline, I'll be able to stream it more, because a lot of the issues are in the storyline.
That was what I was wondering too, because as I'm going through it, I'm like, how would I ever be able to do multiplayer in this? When it takes me 5 times to start it up and restarting everything and all this.
Yeah.
How would I ever
Have
do
you had
that?
that issue since you downloaded your update?
Not to that extent. And
Still a couple of times?
I don't think the update, because I just did it yesterday. So I don't know. I don't
gotcha.
have enough information yet, but I didn't have any
Gotcha.
trouble with it yesterday.
Okay.
So it could be fixed.
Well, and I'm hoping that update also fixes crossplay. Console could play with console, and that's, PlayStation to Xbox. PC can play to PC, so if that's like Steam to, what else is it on? Epic or something
One of
like
those.
that. Whatever platform it's on, that's not Steam. But I could not play with you. And I couldn't play with Falvo, who's playing on Xbox. And so, like, that was one of the big reasons to get this game.
Yeah, it was.
I want to be able to play cross-platform with my friends. And so now what it's done is, like, since it's released, it's kind of forced people to be like, hey, do you have a computer? Just play it on computer. Like that kind of a deal. But I'm excited to see, like, hey, am I going to be able to play with other people? I've played with Andy, with Protagoss here. I've played with, excuse me, I played with Rocket. Who else have I played with? I might have played with Someone Gamer. But anyway, if you're on PC, hit me up, let me know. I'd love to get hooked up with you. And then I'll probably end up testing it out with Falvo first to see if we can join each other's lobby. And if we can, then it's open season on Outriders. Kate, you've also got Graveyard Keeper on here. I don't want to make this the Outriders podcast.
No,
You've got Graveyard Keeper.
I have very little to say about Graveyard Keeper because I did just pick it up. I played it at PAX South when we went.
Oh, did you
just
really?
like a little bit, and it seemed right up my alley. It was at the Tiny Build booth. So I played it because it looked like right up my alley. Played a little bit of it. Didn't really get back to it. It has kept coming up over and over for me, even though people say, oh, it's really grindy. I'm like, well, I don't like grindy, but I secretly do. I think.
You do. Yeah,
so it came up in a thread in the community this past week.
Yeah.
And I said, fine.
I think Campo was talking about it, wasn't he?
Probably. I said, fine,
Yeah.
I'll get it. It's time. So I got it. And I asked, a couple people like, okay, because I always do this with games that I don't know stuff about. Like, do you have any recommendations for me since I'm going to be just starting it? Like, what do you wish that you did? And everyone has said, watch a couple YouTube videos.
The YouTubes,
of people kind of going over it in the beginning section and kind of like a like walkthrough tips and tricks videos. So I've watched one. I need to watch a couple more because I started playing and I'm like, they just do not hold your hand, and that's what Tierney said as well when I talked to her about it, which is fine. But that's why you watch the videos and you get some like clarity, like, okay, this is exactly what I'm going to do. But it was really fun. I dug up a body. I took some meat off it, threw it in the river. So that's what I've done so far.
What a weird game.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
I know. So it does seem right up my alley.
Speaking of not holding anybody's hand, that's me and Narita Boy.
Yeah, what is that?
It's fun. It's fun is what it is.
Mm.
It's so difficult for me to explain and verbalize what that game's about, other than just to say it's hard. Not only is it hard, but it's like legitimately like difficult at times to just even figure out what's going on because nobody tells you anything.
Oh.
And it's all Metroidvania style, and there's no map at all. And so you just have to remember where things are. At least with Metroid, like you could pull up a map, right?
Yeah.
Not this one. So, but it's fun. Like I enjoy it.
At least
last
there's
but not
that.
least, the thing that I've been playing is I played last night on stream. I played with let's see, who do we play with? We played with PC Polly. We played with Tyranny Silver here in the chat and our community manager. I played with Oriel Jedi Brian, and then we also played with Rylan X, and that's Falvo. And so we wanted to kind of hop on and play some Call of Duty stuff because I need to get through the battle pass. Like, you pay for the battle pass, it makes the most sense to at least get to the max battle pass level, because if not, you're literally throwing your money away. And so I'm like, all right, hey, let's do it. And we have too many people for zombies, so let's hop into multiplayer. We got rolled in multiplayer. I mean, absolutely rolled in multiplayer. Mainly because I'm terrible at it. I'm absolutely terrible. We were also playing with MDB. That's right. Because we stopped playing with MDB got off. And then we were like, okay, well, now we have 4 people. Let's hop into zombies.
Like,
and
now that he's gone, let's move on.
Basically, I mean, because I wanted to be able to play with as many people as we possibly could. So, long story short, we hopped into zombies, and like, dude, I'm in the 90s. I think I was at like 93 or something like that level. And I got maybe, after playing for over an hour, almost an hour and a half in multiplayer, I think I got maybe half a level. And I'm like, this is just ain't gonna work for me. Like, I can't. It had nothing to do with them. It was me. Like, I'm just terrible at multiplayer.
Well, at least you admit
zombies.
it.
After playing like one game of zombies, I got a level and a half, and I'm like, see, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I need to be doing with my life. And so, anyway, hey, let us know. Mainly Outriders, right? Like, for us, Kate and I specifically. If this were Matt, it would have been completely different because he's not playing Outriders. But for Kate and I, we're into Outriders. We're digging it. It's frustrating us, but at the same time, I love it.
It still has me interested enough to be like, fine, that's fine. You know,
I love getting crushed like that. I'm just going to go out before we close out the segment here. I love getting crushed in Outriders because I love either having to change my loadout having to change the perks that I have, having to change the weapons that I use, the skills that I have equipped. I love getting wrecked in an area and then having to go back and figure out what it is that is going to make me get through it. I've never once decreased the world tier. And like for me, that's a point of pride. I'm like, no, I can beat this area.
Well, I'm playing on the easiest everything, so.
Are you? Yeah, World Tier 1 the whole time through?
I am. Because I'm like, really? I want to have a nice time. If I did what you were doing, I'd be like, forget it, I'm done.
Yeah. Well, that's
two different approaches. Two different approaches to the game.
Hey, it's completely fine. If they give you the option to play on easy mode, we've talked about it before.
I'll take it.
Play it. Like, hey, if you want to get to the story, you want to have a good playtime.
And I'm also not good at shooters, so.
Yeah.
What can you do?
And that's why I want to play everything on mouse and keyboard, because I need the control that thumbsticks just don't offer me. Well, hey, those are some of the things that we've been playing. We saw that you guys, said that you've been playing a lot of other stuff, and we talked about some of it, not all of it. Assassin's Creed Odyssey,
Ooh,
I see here. Wasabi Jane.
It's a good one.
Yeah, Kate is all over
Definitely
that
a good
Assassin's
one.
Creed stuff. Obviously, Oriole and Silver. You guys played Call of Duty with me. But hey, keep us posted. Let us know the stuff that you guys have been playing. Oriole, we're really praying for you to be able to finish Jedi Fallen Order before the Lord comes back. That'd be great for you. But let us know. Hit us up on
look,
Twitter.
People let me know what they were playing about Graveyard Keeper, and now I'm starting to play it. So
here we go.
You get good suggestions from people. That's how it works.
Yep. And I'm always looking for stuff as well. Like I'm a variety streamer at heart. If I don't have a thing to play, I fall back on Destiny and now Outriders. Those are my two fallback. So, but keep us posted. Let us know. Like we said, hit us up on Twitter at Freeplay Podcasts, and just tell us, hey, what are you playing this week? Well, we're going to take a short break, but when we come back, don't go anywhere, because we are going to be talking about a confusing remake. I don't know.
It's just
how
a little
else to
bit
put
confusing.
that.
So we're going to try to work it out right
remake.
now.
Yeah. And thank you for being here with us, because we're going to need you. So don't go anywhere, and we'll be right back with more of the Free Play Podcast.
What up, nerd? We hope you're enjoying the podcast. But did you know that Love Thy Nerd showcases most of their content on LTN Radio first? That's right. Check the schedule and listen to most of our shows before they're available here over at ltnonair.com. And while you're streaming, you'll also hear the best mix of Christian rock, rap, pop, and indie, and even some content made exclusively for our radio listeners. Stream directly from ltnonair.com or download the Live 365 app and favorite LTN Radio. And let us become your new daily soundtrack. You'll be glad you did.
Hey there, and welcome back to the Free Play Podcast. My name's Bubba, joined with Kate.
Hello.
We are a couple of the co-hosts and co-founders here at Love Thy Nerd. And as Tim the Tap Man would say, man, we got a banger for you today.
Oh, yeah.
I am having a hard time with this. I really am. So our main topic today, and Kate brought this up, and she was like, don't you talk about it on Matt and Bubba in the
I know,
morning.
because I thought it
Don't
was
you
the
steal it
perfect
on
thing for
any
you
other
guys
thing."
to steal. So I called dibs on it before.
Yeah. And I mean, the rules of dibs are like unflinchingly rigid.
It's true.
So here's the deal. They are remaking The Last of Us.
Mm-hmm.
Not remastering,
No.
because as previously stated, we have already been down that road.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a good remaster.
It was.
I appreciated that, Stayed true to everything. They just updated the graphics, and it played well.
Mm-hmm. I played it.
I bought it.
You didn't
I
finish
enjoyed
it,
that. But I mean, just so to refresh my memory, The Last of Us was previous gen, right? Like
Correct.
that came out on
The Last of
PS3
Us,
title?
the original Last of Us was a PS3 title that came out in 2013.
the year of our Lord. Mm-hmm. And then they remastered it really just a couple years
They
ago.
remastered it in 2014.
Oh, so the year after?
The year after they remastered it because the PS4.
Okay.
So it
Fair
was
enough.
one of those
All right,
titles that
I'll
came
give
out
them that.
at the brink of the PS3 to PS4 transition. So
Gotcha.
they remastered for the PS4, and it was like a package where you buy a PS4 and it comes with it.
So it would be akin to like if you bought, like, say for instance, Control, because somebody was mentioned that they were playing Control. If you bought Control, they offered, like, for Xbox anyway, they offered like the upgrade to the optimized for Xbox Series X and Series S, which raised all of the textures up and all that good stuff. So it's the same basic thing. It's like, hey, here's this previous generation
but
game,
it looks better and it's made more for this console specifically.
and will work 1,000 times better on this one.
Yeah.
So that's what they did with the remake. Or, I'm sorry, the remaster, rather.
Remaster.
Now here we are. I guess this puts us
What year?
7 years
What
later.
year are we in? 2021.
Yeah. What year is this? 2021. Somebody math me.
Let's
7
see.
years. 7 years later.
6 + 1 is 7.
Yeah, every time. And so now we're talking about a full remake
Yes.
of the game.
Yes.
So here's what here's my problem, okay? It's only been 7 years. That's my first problem. I have several problems, okay? It's
Which is a
only
good
been
point.
7 years.
Yes.
Okay? Like
So
I have a kid who's about to be 9. Like this game is not even as old as he is right now. And we want to remake it. Okay, so I have a problem with that. Secondly, this game was bangarang good. Now I know
It
that
was.
Silver's saying in the comments that
some
she didn't
people,
really feel
for
like
the
it's
people
good.
that liked
That's okay.
it was a killer game. And
I mean, like,
one of the
genre
best
defining.
Yes, genre and console defining, like one of the best PlayStation Sony games of all time.
Yes,
Arguably.
it was legitimately a console seller.
Yes.
Like, people bought a machine to play this game because it's a Sony exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you cannot get it on anything else, which is really weird. I say weird. It's a smart business practice. It's really weird that, like, even Horizon Zero Dawn, which was, again, fantastic game. You know, Kate's game of the year.
One of my all-time
She
favorites.
gave it 10 out of 10 Kates.
Yeah, definitely.
That game you can now get on computer. Like, you can go and buy it on Steam. They released it. Okay. This one you can't. Like, it's just
still-
like you have to buy it on PlayStation.
It is still a
So
Sony
it
exclusive.
already has exclusivity. Like, they're
Yes.
not losing out on it. If they wanted to open it up to a bigger audience,
They're not choosing to do so.
or to get more money, let's just put it that way. If you want to get more money, release it to PC.
Mm-hmm.
The
Well-
end. Stop the exclusivity with PlayStation. Release it on the Xbox. Let people play it on their Switch. Like,
They
if
don't
you
want
want
to,
more
though.
money,
They want
do it this way.
They want for it to be now do the same thing they did for the PlayStation 4 for the PlayStation 5, and while they're in there, mess around with whatever else they want to change. It's like, why don't you just, if this is a classic, just leave it alone, right? So here, for reference, Final Fantasy VII.
Okay, so I think we're about to say the same thing. I'm gonna let you finish.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you finish, and if you don't say the thing, I'm gonna say the thing that I need to say.
Okay, I probably won't say it.
You might.
Final Fantasy VII.
You're already heading down that path.
Release date. Do you have a guess? Do you want to take a stab at the year, the original?
When it came out, Final Fantasy VII.
The original. In North America.
In North. Well, who cares? I don't care. I'm gonna guess 95. I'm just gonna go.
Okay,
like,
you are
middle of the road,
very
hit
close.
95.
It was 1997.
Okay.
So when did the remake come out? 2020. So how many years is that?
That's my point.
Okay, so 1997 plus 3 is 2000 plus 20 is, wait, what was the original?
23.
23.
Yeah, 23.
So 23 years.
That to me feels like a comfortable time frame.
It does. It feels a little bit better. Right?
And
if it makes more sense,
go
it's like,
back-
sure.
Go back and look at Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, it looks very rustic.
Go back and see the way that it plays and feel that and experience it. Here's the deal. When they did the Final Fantasy VII remake, it was a remake.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's almost a night and day difference on how that game operates. What they
and
basically
the stories
said was,
and what the stuff they focused on like was totally different. I heard from someone who I asked about like what should I know about this game, said a lot of the characters in this game were very minor characters in the original.
So here's my fear, right? You take Last of Us was an instant classic, okay? I still don't think that 7 years is a big enough breath. And especially after you had Last of Us 2 just come out.
Just leave it alone is what I want to say.
Game of the Year.
It did not deserve Game of the Year, and it did. So it's like they're going like this, and someone needs to go, like reaching out, someone needs to slap their hand and say, that's enough.
Slap the hand.
That's enough. Take a breath. Make another game. Focus on something else.
Yes. Yes. Like go somewhere, do something else.
Do something else.
Honestly, give us Last of Us 3. I'll take that. I don't even know what that would look like.
I don't know what it would look like.
But if you want to give us
either.
Last of Us 3, do that. I'm really hoping with everything that is like a deep down inside of me.
They're also getting the
that this
HBO
gets
show.
canceled.
They're getting the HBO show as well.
Okay, so that's what people are saying in the comments here. Frost is here now. Perfect.
It's just like you have everything. Let it go.
They're saying in the comments, which I think, hey, there might be some weight to this, and I hate it. Right? Okay. They want to match the game to the show, not vice versa.
Well, who cares?
Okay.
I don't.
So for me, I'm getting PTSD of Street Fighter, the movie, the video game. This is my PTSD.
But then,
did you ever play that game,
no.
Kate?
How would I play that?
I feel like everybody in the world should play that game, right? You had a great game. It's Street Fighter, like, again, genre-defining kind of a deal. Then the movie comes out, basically ruins Street Fighter, and then they're like, you know what? Let's make a video game out of that. Let's make a video game out of a movie that's based on a video game.
Yeah.
There's already that there. It already exists. You don't need to do that.
And it's like, okay, so if that's the theory, one pitched theory is they want to make the show like the game, so they're going to make some changes to the game. But the original game, one Game of the Year, is the defining game of Sony and PlayStation and all this stuff.
Yes.
Just leave it alone.
You're setting yourself up for so much failure.
Just leave it alone. Like, why are you gonna say they make some changes, people play it and are like, we hate this. And it's like, well, now it's not reflective of the original game because it's not the original game at all. Like, why do you need to do it? Make another Uncharted. How about you make another Uncharted? That would be fun.
I'll take Uncharted 5.
That would be fun.
I'll take Uncharted 5. Naughty Dog, you know what you're doing, okay? You're very good at what you do.
They can hear you.
Don't redo things that are already done.
I know.
You do not need to recreate the wheel here.
No.
So for me, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking it's going to cost so much more money than they're going to make on it.
Yeah. Because
so much more money.
And I second that and feel that as well, because based on this rumor that I saw, and a lot of this stuff is rumors that's coming out of it. Yeah. So it's like really hard to confirm, like, this is the truth. Some rumors have said that this has been in development since 2019. So think about that.
I don't doubt it.
Number two, the main reasoning behind this is that they want to be able to bundle The Last of Us 1 with The Last of Us 2 for PlayStation 5. And I say, you have the remaster. Put it with number 2 and leave it alone.
Okay, now I have more questions. If they're going to go back and remake
The Last of Us, it's like, why don't you just remaster it again, I guess? Just leave it.
Are they going to... hey, Library, thank you so much for your confidence in Kate and I as hosts. Yeah, Matt is out sick. If they're going to remake Last of Us 1, are they then also going to have to remake Last of Us 2?
Well, it's okay. So when a year out from original release date, according to their history, they remaster. So we're going to see a Last of Us 2 remaster any minute now.
Yeah, it'll be dropping by the
We're
end of
gonna
this
see it literally any minute. It's April. We're gonna see it.
It just okay. So let's look at Spider-Man, right? Whenever they did Miles Morales and PS5, we'll just say PS5 in general. Whenever they did the PS5, then they went back and they recast Peter Parker,
Which I didn't like that.
No, it did not need to be done.
His face looked so much more lame. Like, just that was
I don't
another
know if
thing.
it was a licensing issue or like what happened. Like there could have been a lot of things
There
behind the
could have
scenes.
been, yeah.
But even if there were legitimate reasons, he still kind of looked at that and went, "Yeah, I don't like it," you know. And so it was hashtag not my Peter Parker. All right, and so like I don't want that to happen with Last of Us as well because it is so beloved.
That's why it's like, why can't you just be satisfied enough to leave it alone and work on a new project to get all your money if you're having such a hard time getting money that you need to do this?
Yeah,
They're not in a hard time getting money. They have this HBO show.
No, yeah, it's and honestly, I think that the show's going to be a banger. Like I'm 100% excited about it. The more I have HBO Max, the more I think that may be the smartest streaming decision that I've ever made.
Well, we'll see. I mean, I like Pedro Pascal, but as Joel, I just don't know. Maybe I go back and forth. And that's a whole other topic, but
I think it's going to work. I mean, like, I'm excited about it. I'm ready to see it. The show is not in question. That's not what
I'm
the
kind of
question
questioning
is. But I know to get Pedro in that game, like he wasn't like, yeah, I'll just toss that in for free.
Yeah, what are they going to do? Put his face on Joel's face for the remake of 1? That would be so jacked up.
I have so many questions, dude, because all that stuff, it's already mocapped. Are they just going to throw his face,
exactly,
like his skin onto that?
Please, I hope not. Leave Joel alone. Just leave the poor guy alone.
I would imagine if you're going to remake it, like you have to change elements of the story, like we talked about earlier with Final Fantasy VII. Like you have to change things, so they're going to have to go in and do so much more stuff. Oof. Are they going to mocap alongside shooting the game, or I'm sorry, shooting the show? Like it doesn't. I don't know. It
just feels uncomfortable. Like my gut hurts thinking about it. Like, ugh, just leave it alone.
I tell you what, there's a way in my brain. There's a way in my brain that this works. Okay. And I'm sure that there are 500 other ways that this is going to work, but this is how it works in my brain. It works for me if this is like. I'm going to liken it to Quantum Break. Kate, did you ever play Quantum Break? I think it was an Xbox
exclusive, so no, I did not. But I did see a playthrough of it.
Oh, okay. Perfect. So they would release, you could download extra content, and it was like a show that was alongside the video game. Now, this is not going to work with Last of Us 2, but I'm just going to explain it. So, or Last of Us Remake. What you did in the video game led to cutscenes that were pre-filmed with all of the actors and all that stuff. And what you saw in your cutscene was determined on the choices that you made in the game.
It was creepy.
So you and I, Kate, could play the same game 2 different ways, and we would watch 2 different versions of the show. Of the same thing. 2 different versions of the same thing. Yeah, which is perfect because it fits so well in the Quantum Break idea of how time and space and all that stuff works. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. Hear me out.
I'm listening.
If they release The Last of Us not as a full game to play, but as episodes alongside what's happening in the game as supporting content to what's happening in the show, I will get it. I'm on board with it. If it's its own standalone game,
I don't know.
Releases,
it's too hard.
I need it to be different. I mean, I need it to be different. I mean, like it almost needs to be The Last of Us
1.5
presented by HBO Max.
Oh, okay.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
With like references of, hey, this is all these episodes you're going to play as a part of season 1. All these episodes you're going to play as a part of season 2. Like that kind of a deal. It works in conjunction with what's happening in the show.
Interesting.
That's what I need.
Maybe.
If you're just going to give
me,
hey, we redid The Last of Us. Like, it's the meme. Nobody, absolutely nobody. Sony and Naughty Dog.
Yeah.
Hey, we remade Last of Us. You're welcome. Money, please. You know?
Yeah, gimme.
I don't know.
Jeez, it's just so
I
weird.
didn't play through. I'm going to answer Frost's question real quick. He asked,
yeah.
did I play through 1 and 2? I didn't finish them.
He didn't finish 1, and he didn't play 2.
I didn't finish 1. Like seriously, I got to a game-breaking spot.
Yeah.
There's a part in the game, and I want to. Like, I still have Last of Us loaded on my... I bought the remake. Like, I purchased it. The remaster, rather. I got to a game-breaking spot where... I don't even know where it is. It's probably not that far in the game. But you go into... Which I can only explain as like a car pit. So you have all of these like rundown cars, and like they're like turned over on their sides and all sorts of stuff. I could not get out of that pit, and like whatever was supposed to trigger like a baddie or a fight or something like that, it would never trigger.
Didn't you try again? Also, you tried more than once, or was that Matt? Because Matt also didn't finish. The same spot. Matt also didn't finish the first one and didn't play the second one. I finished the first one and the second one.
And I never went back to see if they patched it or fixed it or did anything like that. So it would behoove me to go back and play it because I had a blast with that game. I'm not really big on sneak games, and that's what The Last of Us is a lot of. But I'm here for it. I want it. And I shouldn't feel as like personally attacked by them, trying to remake this game.
It just doesn't make sense, and that's why you're struggling with it. Is because the logistics and the effectiveness and the why and the do we need this doesn't all add up and make sense.
Yeah.
So
maybe I do need the remake more than I think.
Maybe.
Because maybe I'll finish this one. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
It
is. It's just such a. At the end of the day, I don't know is the response.
Your gut response, Kate. Are you going to get it? I
don't want to. I've already played the first one twice. I don't know. Don't make me answer right now because I don't know.
I think you're going to get it.
I'd really not want it, especially after the way Last of Us 2 treated me. But I might get it. I might get it. I don't know. It's too early for me to say. I need some evidence as to what exactly the heck is going on.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm torn.
It's too early to make a decision, I think. I don't know. Maybe it could come out any day. I don't know.
I mean, has it been like, are we working on rumors here, or is it like, hey, legit announcement?
It seemed that it exists. That it's a real thing that exists.
I'm hoping that we get, again, if it doesn't work out the way that I have planned it in my brain, which nothing ever does. Here's what I really hope. I hope that we get down the line and then they're like, yeah, it's not going to work, but we built something really cool here. Let's make it its own IP, or let's reskin it, or do whatever. And here's the next Uncharted or whatever it is. Like, because I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to make a really great game for PlayStation 5, which PS5 owners, you probably want that.
Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah. I don't know when I'm going to get a PS5. I just read the other day or watched a video where they were talking about it could be legit 2022 before they're even available because of the silicone shortage and the chips and all that stuff.
Yeah, so I'm out of luck if my PlayStation has an issue again. I'll have nothing.
Yeah. Or you can pay like $900 to GameStop or $1,300 to a scalper.
I will not.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, hey, we're legitimately interested in what you guys think about all of these thoughts that we have. What are your thoughts? What would be the ideal way to do a Last of Us 2 remake, or Last of Us remake? Or
and what do you think they're talking about? What do you think this is?
Yeah. Do you think that this is a good idea? And honestly, like, you don't have to agree with us. We're not looking for people that share our ideas. I even in my brain, I think there's a way that it could work. Kate's still not sold that it can work at all.
Not sold.
And I think that all of those are completely valid. So ultimately, we're going to end up voting with our money.
Yeah.
We said this yesterday in Matt Bubba in the morning. Like, Matt's all gung ho about Marvel United X-Men.
Of course,
and I'm like, I'm just not. I'm not sold on it. So let us know in the comments. Hit us up on Twitter at Freeplay Podcast and tell us: are you in? Are you out? Do you have very clear and concise terms on
what are your
how
terms?
you would actually purchase this game? Or is it going to be the thing that pushes you to buy a PlayStation 5 and get out there and really hustle for it? I don't know. You let us know. But hey, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to be doing some Q&A. We're going to answer some of your questions. And if you're here with us live on twitch.tv/lovethynerd every Friday.
Yep, today's Friday.
Thursday was yesterday. Every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, then you can ask us a question right now in the in-between time, and we will answer that question live on the show right here when we come back. So don't go anywhere, and we'll be back with more of the Free Play Podcast.
This week in nerd history, Geraldo strikes out.
Nerd history.
Al Capone was a notable criminal figure and gangster in Chicago, running gambling, alcohol, and prostitution rackets in the early 1900s. After orchestrating an assassination attempt on former head Johnny Torrio, Capone took control of the Chicago outfit Organized Crime Syndicate and was placed on the FBI's most wanted list. He was sentenced to prison over income tax evasion in 1931 and died in his home in 1947. Capone had previously housed his headquarters at the nearby Metropole Hotel in Chicago, but in July 1928 moved to a suite in the Lexington Hotel, also in Chicago. Capone ran his various enterprises from this hotel until his arrest in 1931. A construction company in the 1980s planned a renovation of the Lexington Hotel, and while surveying the building, discovered a shooting range and a series of secret tunnels, including one hidden behind Capone's medicine cabinet. These tunnels connected taverns and brothels to provide an elaborate potential escape route in case of police raid. These discoveries led to further investigation of this hotel, notably by researcher Harold Rubin. Rumors said Capone had kept a very secret vault beneath the hotel to hold some of his wealth. On April 21st, 1986, Geraldo Rivera hosted a special live 2-hour event called The Mystery of Al Capone's Vaults, which had been greatly hyped as potentially revealing great riches or dead bodies on live television. This included the presence of a medical examiner should bodies be found, and agents from the IRS to collect any of Capone's money that might be discovered. When the vault was finally opened, the only thing found inside were dirt and several empty bottles, including one Rivera claimed was for moonshine bathtub gin. After several attempts to dig further into the vault, Geraldo admitted defeat and voiced his disappointment to the viewers, apologizing as he thanked the excavation team for their efforts. Although it gathered criticism and became infamous for its disappointing ending, the program was the most watched syndicated television special that year, with an estimated audience of 30 million people. With this event, Rivera had inadvertently launched a no-news form of news, where instead of reporting on news, entire programs were devoted to possible and hypothetical news. Included in this style of news broadcasting is news channels counting down and hyping up upcoming news events, like a presidential briefing discussing what might be news in the future. That's right, the mind-numbing 24-hour news cycle essentially started when Geraldo Rivera struck out in Al Capone's vault.
There was nothing in Al Capone's vault, but it wasn't Geraldo's fault. Go!
I'm Radio Matt. See you next time for more
Nerd history.
Hey there, and welcome back to the Free Play Podcast. We're going to get into some Q&A. Kate and I are here to answer your questions, whatever they may be. You need advice.
Advice? Nobody asks us for advice.
For relationship advice. Like, what the heck, man? Like, that's why we're here. But hey, you deal with what you got. So we got a couple of questions. My favorite one, from today that was just posted here. Frost asked Kate, "Why is your screen name Kate Dangerous?"
I don't know.
Do you know why your name?
I don't know. It started when I was on MySpace, and I'm like, I need to put my name here, but I don't want to just put Kate because that looks lame. So I just typed Dangerous next to it because it was the first thing that came to my head, and I left it together. And then I also put a trademark at the end of it.
Oh yeah.
For whatever,
TM, like it.
I don't know why, but I just did that, and then that was like my first main social media account. So then after that, everything else that I've made is Kate Dangerous. And that's my very killer brand. It's a long-standing brand. It's been around since 2007. So,
oh wow,
however old that is, the Kate Dangerous brand.
Yeah, you're really doing it over there. It's about time to do a remake, huh?
It is. So maybe I'll put the TM back on and put that on, or maybe I'll have Asia make some like Kate Dangerous art. I don't know. No, I don't want that to be the art. I can't decide.
Oh, it's too late. She's already done it. So.
I don't know.
Hey, Andy just asked real quick, what should he name his impending baby here? And the answer is Kate Dangerous.
Well, yeah, and I'll tell you,
All one
Andy,
word.
what
Like,
I
that's
told
first name.
Bubba when he said he was having a new baby. And I said, I have 2 name suggestions, Kate and Matt, and those are the only 2 that I have. So you could pick which one you like.
Yeah, we squished those names together and came up with PJ.
Yeah. So when he said the baby's real name, I was disappointed because he didn't take my name suggestions.
I did. I told you. I mashed them together.
No, you didn't
I took
name
what
it
you said and
Matt
what he said.
Stallcup. You didn't name him Matt Stallcup.
I mean, in a different language, PJ means Kate Matt. Yeah. Your name's first, so you should appreciate that.
I don't know. I don't know what to make of that. I feel like it's not accurate.
It's a lie.
It is a lie.
Okay, so Frost also asked another question here that I really liked, and this is like an actual legitimate question. Should Halo Infinite have a battle royale mode? Kate, go.
Absolutely not. Again, like I said about The Last of Us, leave it alone. Halo, leave it alone. Halo is an iconic Xbox series, right? I played a lot of Halo in high school, and I loved it. And it's like, don't try and turn my Halo into your Fortnite. Leave it alone, please. The end. That's all I have.
I stand in opposition to Kate. I think that any game that should have a battle royale mode.
Why?
Because it's a milkshake. It is a milkshake that brings all the boys to the yard. Here's the deal. I think that the same thing that happened for Call of Duty. They introduced Warzone. Same thing that happened for Fortnite. Fortnite introduced a battle royale mode. It used not to be a battle royale game, and then they introduced the BR mode, and then it's like, boom, it explodes. Call of Duty.
I'm tired of hearing about it.
Free to play battle royale mode. That's the thing that blows my mind the most. Is it's free to play. Introduce that style of play, that game mode in for free. Let people buy extra stuff and do all sorts of things. Your player base explodes. And you know what? It has brought a lot more people in to play that game. Yeah, Titanfall made into Apex. That one's a little bit different. It is the same world and all that stuff. I was like last week years old when I learned that was the same world. But I would like to see like Titanfall as a BR. Apex I love as its own thing, but so like legitimately speaking, Apex is the BR of Titanfall. Like they're even talking about how to get Titans into Apex because it's the same world. Yeah, season 9. Frost is saying. But anyway, like to go back to Halo multiplayer is arguably the best thing about Halo. And so all
It
you're doing
is.
is you're just expanding that times a million. You're adding you're going to be able to utilize all of the vehicles that Halo already has and all the new ones that Infinite's going to get. I don't know, Kate.
I think I'm also here
for it.
basically my opinion is invalidated because I am not like an active Halo player. I haven't played in ages. I don't have an Xbox. And I'm very resistant to change. So that's why I'm like, I don't want you to
Bingo.
do it. I want you to leave it alone because when I'm ready to come back to it, I want it to be the same, which is not a fair thing to say or do or expect.
So here's the deal. It can still be the same.
No, it won't be.
Yeah, I think the miscommunication is, should Halo be turned into a battle royale? I don't think if that's the answer, I'm no on that one. I think a battle royale mode should be added to Halo. So you still have the multiplayer, you still have the story, you still have all the great things that have made Halo what it is, but you also add to that, and I'm serious, like a free-to-play battle royale mode that anybody can download and jump into, and it's like, it's the hook, it's the gotcha for Halo. And then what we've seen, like legitimately speaking, what we've seen is that from Call of Duty, that has made the base game, like Warzone has made the base game better. And it's like the preferred method, it's the most popular method for people to play and experience that game. You play enough of the free stuff and then you're like, hey, maybe I do want to pick up Cold War or Modern Warfare and actually play that game. And then you do, because they did a really smart thing where they put everything in the same menu, whether it's the same game or not. And so you see that they have these other products. It's just smart marketing, in my opinion. And also, I genuinely enjoy it. Like, I think that it frustrates the hound out of me, but I like it. So that's my opinion. That's what I've got.
It's fine.
Everything that can, please add a battle royale mode. That's from me. That gets my stamp of approval. I mean, I want to see Pokemon Snap battle royale.
Oh
Let's
my
go.
gosh.
Let's go.
Really pushing it.
All right, let's see. We've got, I saw Library. She asks, who is your favorite non-LTN streamer?
What?
Kate, let me ask you this. Do you watch non-LTN streams?
Not really. I mean, I watch Asia's. Does that count?
You watch Asia's? Hold on.
What's happening?
My son doesn't understand that we're doing a thing right now, so I have to put in my password. There you go, bud.
Gosh. I don't hear, and I was thinking about this the other day. A lot of people in the LTN community love watching Twitch, and that's a big source of like entertainment and engagement.
Yeah.
I don't watch anybody really. I'll watch
That's fair.
LTN streamers. I'll watch Asia, whoever, Al, when I'm on, if I'm on. But I'm not like, ooh, 5 p.m. I'm going to watch this. I don't know.
Right.
It's not my, I don't know.
I can respect that. I mean, honestly, like it can be exhausting to just like sit on and watch streams. And trust me, hey guys, I completely understand because I'm looking at you, audience.
Yeah.
I'm speaking directly into your ear holes. Like whether you're listening to this podcast or you're watching it on Twitch, we have so much content that we put out for you.
True.
I don't expect everybody to consume all of it.
I can't. I can't even do it. I can't even keep up with what's going on with the LTN stream stuff. I can't do it.
we stream, what is it? 6 days a week? We're streaming when everything's banging on all cylinders. We're streaming 6 days a week, and we have 6 podcasts and a radio station and articles, and that's not even counting Matt and Bubba in the morning and like all that other like Beard Bros when it comes back, all the other things, our summer shows that we're going to be having. Like we are creating content as a network for you to consume. When you can. We're not expecting anybody to consume all of it all the time.
Some of you guys do though.
So,
you're like crazy on top of it. I'm like, you're here again.
Oh my gosh.
What are you doing here? But
that's exhausting. Yeah. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, but that's just how some people interact with media and the internet and everything is that way. Like, which is awesome and cool.
To do, personally, we're trying to create content that in some way, shape, or form you can latch onto.
Yeah, for
If
somebody.
you're not here for this show, but you come back for Matt and Bubba in the morning, or you really love Humans of Gaming, or you like watching Frost stream, like that's why we do it. Like we want to kind of create a space where everybody can fall in. If you like comic books, you know, if you're a geek in that kind of realm, hey, we've got a podcast for you. If you like to read, hey, we've got a podcast for you. If you want to talk to developers or hear what they have to say, hey, we got a podcast for you.
Yeah,
like we
there's a
make
lot.
content for specific areas of nerd culture. So I completely understand, Kate, if you're like, hey, just to be on Twitch is exhausting.
And I'm that person who, when I'm trying to concentrate on something else, like school, it has to be completely silent. So I miss out on a lot of stuff because I need complete silence, and it annoys me that's what my life is. I wish I could have background noise. Steven does it, and it looks so nice. And then I do it, and I'm like, I can't even listen to nothing.
This is the literal worst.
It is. It sucks.
All right, so you would probably say somebody who's not like LTN official. You'd say maybe Al or Asia.
Yeah,
that's what you would say.
Those are the most likely who I would watch outside, and I have watched.
Hey,
before.
Kate, are you ready for this?
What?
You ready? You paying attention? Hey, close the door. Caleb, close the door. This is real life. Yeah,
Close the door, please. Close the door, please.
There we go.
That's my Matt Warmbier impression.
So okay, for me, I do watch several more streamers. I watch a lot of them. I really, oh man, to pick my favorite, I'm just going to give you a smattering. I like to watch Jate Live.
Oh yeah.
Good friend of ours. Awesome, just love him. I like to watch him. I feel like I hang out in his stream the most because for me it's the most hangoutable stream. I also really like to watch Aki and Peach. I really like that him. Like Aki's a really cool dude, man. I really like that. People like that aren't LTN adjacent, right? Like even then, those people are LTN adjacent. People that aren't, I like to watch Tim the Tap Man. I really do. I mentioned him a little bit earlier. Got a banger for you today. I like watching him. I really like, guys. I cannot explain to you how much I like watching Dr. Disrespect. Like, I'm going out there
you're
and
in
I'm
the culture.
I'm seriously, I'm going out and I'm like watching people who are just so vastly different. Like, I want to learn new things about streaming. I want to try and implement things as we're like, Frost is trying to, build this thing to be amazing. I'm trying to help him from a technical perspective. He's learning things. I'm learning things. And we're trying to mash these things together to bring you the best content that we possibly can. And so to look at somebody who is just doing streaming different, it's Dr. Disrespect. Like, he is the character the whole time. Like, he does things we will never do because he's doing a character the whole time. And so
That's
I like
so
that.
rough.
I like that it's
That's
just so
a
different.
wild
It's
thing
just
to
so
do.
different. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like those are some of my favorites. And they're pretty one note, like I'm not going out there and, like watching DJs or, watching people, like I hadn't watched a cooking stream until Asia. I didn't even know that existed. And so, yeah, I'm figuring things out as we go. But if you have a streamer that you really like, send them on. Like I want to watch them. I want to be engaged in the things that you're engaged in.
Matt and Aaron check out new streams like every night or something like
All the
that.
time.
They're always popping
time.
in and out, and I'm like, bro, I can't keep up with you guys.
Yeah. So hey, let us know what are some of the streamers that you watch. I'm really interested in that. But I think that is going to. Asia, I do not hate your stream. I don't. I actually the opposite of hate your stream. I just didn't know that they existed before then. We're going to go ahead and cut this segment out. Not out. We're going to cut it off. We're going to air the segment. We're going to cut the segment off. But I'm legitimately interested in what the things are that you guys consume from a streaming basis. I think that's pretty cool. Maybe that'll be one of the things we post on socials.
Yeah.
Kate.
Oh, Frost.
Who do you watch when you
Frost
stream?
showed me a streamer once who's a dude who plays drums, and I checked it out, and it was like going on hour 5, and I'm like, no,
I can't.
5 hours. I'll be here
can't.
for 20 minutes. It's fine.
That's it's too much. But hey, I love this Q&A section. We're going to keep doing it because I think it's fun.
Yeah, we better do it.
And it gives you guys an opportunity to speak into the podcast and be heard and have a voice. And so we're going to keep doing that. But hey, we're going to get out of here. Thank you so much for hanging out with us and for being a part of the Free Play Podcast. This was episode 121
Jeez.
of the Free Play Podcast.
It's ridiculous.
This is a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot.
It is.
Hey, be sure to check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher,
Everywhere.
SoundCloud, Google Play,
All the
YouTube,
places.
radio.com, LTN Radio. You can get to that at ltnonair.com. Or if you can't find us on any other thing, just head on over to the website, lovethynerd.com/freeplay.
Mm-hmm.
It'll take you straight to the latest episode, and then you can see all the other things that we've been
You
doing.
can read our
and all the
bios.
episodes that we've had. Yeah, oh yeah, you definitely want to read Kate's bio.
It's okay. I wanted to change it.
It's decent.
Did I change it?
Yeah. Well, you can go and change
I know,
it.
but I
That's-
wanted to change it, but I can't remember if I did or not. So let's.
Hey, if you're not already a part of the Love Thy Nerd Facebook group, just go ahead and do that. And then on top of that, if you have not already joined our Discord, I don't know what you're doing with your life. ! Discord in the chat will take you there. Or lovethynerd.com/Discord. Guys, you got to be there.
It's really fun.
Discord's-
I've been in there a lot.
Discord's where it's at.
See, that's
Yeah.
where I've been trying to step
Even
it up
Kate's
with my
there.
engagement in things is Discord. I've done a very good job. So
And I feel like I've slipped in Discord because
Yeah.
I just can't keep up with it
see,
anymore.
well, it's the same
And-
thing. See, you're into streaming and I'm into Discord now, and it's all good
I-
in the hood. You know.
Yeah, Matt's in charge of all of our community stuff, and I just say, you and Silver, Matt, Bumblebee Tuna, you guys take care of it. Hey, you can also find us online on all the major social media platforms at Love Thy Nerd on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. It exists. It's there. We're still kind of figuring out what the content needs to be on TikTok.
Well,
but we got
I
one.
haven't put.
But we have it. We've secured.
We have it if we
we've
need
secured
it.
the name.
If we need it.
Yeah. In case of emergencies, break TikTok.
Yeah.
And also, you can always check us out at Free Play Podcast on the Twitterverse
Yes,
as well.
definitely.
And we also got an Instagram now at Free
Yes,
Play Podcast on Twitter.
There is
Instagram.
such good stuff on Instagram. And that's where you're going to have to enter the, what was it called? Make Your Own Merch Movement giveaway.
Yeah, hashtag MYOM.
I didn't put it as that in this tweet.
Well, there's still time.
I put it
to
as
delete
Make
the
Your
tweet.
Own LT. I forget.
Hey, Kate just does social media for a living, so give her a
I
break.
pulled up
okay?
the wrong account just now, so whatever. Enter it and you'll win a thing, a prize.
Yeah.
We don't know what it
Hey,
is, but they'll be there.
You got, for those of you guys that are coming in late, asking about what is that, you'll have to go back and watch and or listen. But Kate made her own merch. Hashtag MYOM. We're gonna pick a winner on Twitter and Instagram, probably one combined winner. Something. We'll decide what the prize is going to be. But the person who comes up with the best merch idea by simply taking a piece of tape, putting Love Thy Nerd, and then just slapping it onto whatever the thing. We need merch ideas, and we want you guys to give them to us. So hit us up with your ideas on Instagram and on Twitter
Yes,
at Free Play
do
Podcast on both of those, and we'll pick one. But hey, I'm Bubba Stallcup.
I'm Matt Warmbier, and I'm Kate Katawaki.
Yeah, he would say, and I'm Matt
I
Warmbier.
couldn't get my. I'm Matt Warmbier.
Yeah, you gotta put your face in your jacket there. Yeah.
I'm.
Oh man. And hey, we'll catch you guys next week. And if nobody else tells you this, just remember it's true. Jesus loves you, nerds.
You have been listening to the Free Play Podcast with Bubba Stallcup, Matt Warmbier, and Kate Katawaki, part of the Love Thy Nerd Podcast Network. Be sure to rate and review the show and share on all the social media.
If my Outriders character had this hat, it would obviously be equipped.